$2.1 million in listings.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. What's the commission on that?
I mean, that's $60,000 between the two.
Easy. Two biggest listings ever, both from the
Two
ads.
biggest listings ever from the YouTube. That's why I'm like, fucking bump up the budget. I had a lead for a $1.3 million listing. They went with someone else. It's been on the market for 40 days, and now they reached out to me because I just texted them. Didn't realize it went on the market. I thought we were still slow rolling it. They reached out and they're like, "Hey, we don't like this other guy. We want to go on with you." So I think it was like 800. I think it was like 900,000, and then this one they're talking about 1.3. So
So before I met Jake, he tried a bunch of stuff, and I know it's a very common thing with real estate agents. You tried the Zillow, the Facebook, Instagram, Realtor.com, Homes.com, and Jake had tried this all. He's done Google ads, everything you can think of. And this is again a very common thing I see with agents is there's so much stuff out there, even like these lead gen companies, right? You probably get so many calls, messages every day, you don't know what to believe. It was the same thing with Jake, and I did a full interview with him as well. You can go watch that after this. But that was something he mentioned. He's like, I just decided to give this a shot, but I'm gonna pretty much break all this down. But the issues he was having earlier, which is what made him finally switch to YouTube ads, was he would get leads, he would call them, they would say, "Who are you? Why are you calling me?" I don't even remember clicking on the ad. And then also leads would be out of his area. And in Virginia Beach, it's like $5,000, $6,000 for a single zip code on Zillow. And just like the conversion rate's like 1 out of like 100 leads, which just doesn't make sense, right? You're getting 100 leads, you're getting 99 people to find one who's actually looking to buy or sell, who's actually serious. And usually it's not even the type of person you want to work with in the area that you want to work with. And that was the issue with what he was trying before. And basically, he saw YouTube, he saw my ad, and basically he was like, okay, this seems different. And that's the biggest thing at the end of the day. It's not some magic fix that you're just going to go out and make $1 million overnight. Otherwise, I would be a billionaire, right? But it's not that simple. There's just a couple little small nuances with YouTube ads that separates it from a lot of the stuff most agents are used to and what stood out for Jake. Which the main things that he thought was unique about YouTube was number one, the geo targeting. So with YouTube, it's very, very cool because we can target people based off of, you can see we can target based off a zip code. We can target as small as a 1 mile radius. So literally 1 mile radius. We can also target specific neighborhoods and also exclude areas as well. Which if you're familiar with like Facebook as an example, you can literally can only place a 15-mile radius around an area, which if you're in especially a competitive market, like there are just some areas that you don't want to target. So like with Jake, what we were doing in the Virginia Beach area is we focus on specific neighborhoods that he wants to target that are the higher income areas because the two listings we had a $1.3 million listing and a $900,000 listing. Those have been his two biggest listings ever from online leads, which is crazy. Most people can't say that, but it's because we're focusing on these high income individuals, which leads into the next part is the demographic targeting. So we can actually go and target people based off of if they actually own a home, but then also based off of keywords that they're actually searching up, which this is a really, really cool thing with YouTube, which is we can't do this on any other platform, which is also why I don't understand why more people aren't doing YouTube ads. YouTube's actually owned by Google. So what that means is we're not just targeting people based off what they're scrolling around on their mom's phone and clicking on. It's literally based on what they're searching up on Google. Right? If someone's looking to sell their home, they're going on YouTube, they're going on Google, and they're looking for real estate agents. They're looking up, I need to sell my home. And what I go and do is I go and do keyword research on Jake's area, the Virginia Beach area, find what these homeowners are looking at before they want to sell, and we're positioning Jake, positioning the realtor as the local expert. Just think about it. If you could get in front of people the second they were looking to sell and you were the first and the last agent they see, you position yourself as the obvious choice. And that's the entire point with the YouTube ads. And it just resonated with Jake and a lot of other agents I speak with as well that I work with. That's what they really like about it. And that's how the conversion rate on these leads is so high. And that kind of the next part, the last part that he really liked was just the custom branded video. So this is just a screenshot from his ad. You can see he went out and actually shot it in the Virginia Beach area. You can see you have Virginia Beach in the back, but by a local landmark. But the amazing thing with these ads, like I'm going to show you, we're getting like we've got 2.7 million impressions on these ads. 2.7 million people have seen these ads, and it's all custom to him, right? It's him on the video. It's not some generic list of homes or a free home valuation ad, like generic picture of a home. It's literally him talking to the camera, talking to the homeowner, right? It's the absolute best form of marketing you can do because in today's day and age, there's so many real estate agents out there. Like real estate, just like lead gen companies, are getting to the point where you're almost a commodity if you're not doing something different. And that's the whole point of this is we're positioning him and positioning the realtor as unique because again, people want to go with someone that they trust. It's the KLT factor, the know, the like, and the trust. And the more you can build up, the more that people are going to want to reach out to you, right? And that's how we're able to get such high ticket listings, such luxury listings in this market as well, is because of the trust, right? A lot of agents are like, oh, but I can't get high quality listings with online leads. Well, it's just because the online lead method that you're doing is flawed because you're not building enough trust. But the second you build trust, the second you start attracting the type of homeowner that you actually want to bring in. And you can do it for buyers as well. It's the same exact thing. I work with agents on buyers. And if you want to even just go right here, if you want to click first link in the description, apply for me and my team to go set this entire thing up for you. I have tons of interviews, tons of case studies and stuff. Literally crushing it for every single agent we work with. If you want to go apply to work with us, go click below and book a call. But that's pretty much the main thing that started about him. But when you pair all of these things together, it just creates a pretty much like an inbound marketing machine. And this is running 24/7, but it's like he's getting people. He's mentioned multiple times that he gets people out of nowhere just randomly recognizing him from videos. And he even said, dude, if I wasn't even getting deals from this, I would still go ahead and do it because the brand awareness I'm getting is insane. But obviously he's gotten two of his biggest listings ever, made about $60,000 in commission from this. So it's not a bad thing either. But that's the biggest thing that stood out to him about YouTube and what made him want to go forward and also ultimately just trust me. Because it does take a lot of trust when I'm on calls with agents. If you chat with me, like you're gonna see, like I understand what you've gone through because trust me, I've gotten burned before as well by coaching programs, all the stuff out there. So you're not alone there. It just comes down to finding little things that we can tweak that are different that are gonna give you the absolute best advantage possible, the biggest advantage possible. And it's kind of breaking down the numbers right here. So like I said, we got 2.7 million impressions, about 25,000 clicks, 345 conversions, which is his leads, appointments. He did some Google ads as well, so not all this is from YouTube, but a majority is. And cost per lead is about 112 bucks, which I think for the YouTube ads with Jake, we are more around like the 60 to $65 range. I track all this stuff manually as well for him. I have an automated tracking system where we're not just tracking it in Google. We have basically specific sheets where we can go and track ROI and all this stuff as well, because you have to know your numbers. But you can see like just like the awareness, getting in front of 3 million people with a custom branded video and done correctly, if you have the right messaging, the right script, which is what I did on the back end for him. I wrote out all the scripts. I have a full-time editor who does the editing. All he had to do was go out and shoot the video and then just take the appointments when they come in with the homeowners. And that's pretty much the strategy here. Kind of breaking down the results again. He got a $900,000 listing and a $1.3 million listing, which you heard from the video at the beginning, both of his biggest listings ever. The 900,000, if we're taking 2.5% commission for both of these, $22,500, and then the 1.3, $33,000 in GCI, which is about $60,000, right? Not bad for online leads from someone who's gotten burned plenty times by other marketing companies and all these other lead sources promising him the world and then ultimately just under delivering, right? But that's pretty much the strategy there. And the biggest thing, I do have a lot of other videos where I break it down more in depth, which I can link on the screen as well if you want to learn a bit more about it. But again, if you want basically a way to have a system like this set up and get consistent listings coming in with people who already know you, like you, trust you, and you want me to just go set this entire thing up for you because you know if you can just get in front of someone who's looking to sell, looking to buy, you're going to close them. It's just a fact of you just need to get in front of the right people that I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss this. And if your market's still available, I only work with one agent per area. If you want to book with me, see if you'd be a good fit, learn a bit more, go book below, first link in the description. Other than that, I will see you in the next one.